Hola, ¿funciona? Oh, ya. Sí, este funciona. Bueno, somos de Noruega, entonces necesitamos hablar en inglés o noruego. Bueno, ¿noruego? Inglés, mejor. Sí. Soy Jan, soy del CEO de Labrador y él es Braga. No sé cómo se llama en español.
Sí, me llamo Braga.
Okay, I think that's about what we can do in Spanish. I used to live here in Madrid in 2000. I love the city. It's so good to be back. But we come all the way from Norway to talk a bit about Labrador. We don't have any customers in Spain, so I guess this will be quite new for you. Is the mic okay? It sounds very strange here, but yeah, okay. So we just want to tell a bit about how we do things differently. You can take the next slide, Braga. We don't know any of you, so if you want to reach out to us, take up your phone and scan that QR code and enter your details, and we can have a chat. You can ask questions, we can answer, you can get demos, everything. So, well, we have been doing this for a while. Actually, we started building Labrador 15 years ago, and we started with the big titles, TV2 and Dagbladet in Norway. They have about 100 million weekly page views each. So we started with big breaking news, and now we have a lot of medium-sized and smaller sites as well. So it's a SaaS. It's a complete full-stack CMS. So that means we host the CMS. We also host the end-user pages. So it's a software as a service. You log on to the system, we host it, it works. The beauty of this is that we can update it automatically. We update it weekly or monthly for all our customers. So it's kind of a complete package, yet it's flexible. So you can code on it, you can develop on stuff, you can change everything in the editor and the pages. Even though it's not open source, it's programmable. Yes. So let's take a first sneak peek of how we do it. You can run the video, Braga, and maybe you can tell what we see as well.
Yeah. So Jan forgot to mention that our main background for both of us is editorial. So we've taken this from a journalist perspective, more than a technical one. So what I'm doing right here is that I stole, let's see if I can pause that. No, I couldn't.
Yeah, run it again. Click on it.
Yeah. Let's see here.
So we sat up all night yesterday to make these videos.
Yeah.
We normally do it live.
Yeah, that's why our videos isn't syncing. It's because we usually do this live, so I can stop and talk while I'm doing it. But here I stole an article from El Diario. I auto-generated a little graph for it, generated a title, generated a subtitle, drag in an image, and then this article is ready for publishing as soon as that video uploads. So the main point here is to do this as easy and as simple as possible. That's the main goal of AI as well, right? Is to make the job easier for the people using our systems. So this is how quickly you can create an article in Labrador if you want to. So now this article is published. It's live. It has the graph I generated. Everything is done and published. So what we have been doing since 2007 is to try to make life easier for the reporters working on our system.
Yeah, so the philosophy is kind of, we want the CMS to disappear. So that's why we don't think that the journalists want to think about the CMS. They want to think about the story, right? So that's why we write directly into the page. So what you saw there is, it's not a preview. It's the page you will publish. It's not the preview. So you can see the mobile to the left. Well, not here, but yeah, there. And the desktop to the right. And when you publish this, it's that thing. It's published. So that's kind of the beauty of the system and what journalists love. And it's also easy to do mobile first editing. So yeah, you have another video or yeah, okay. So yeah, so it's hosted in the cloud. All the AI is included. It's a built-in DAM system. 5 terabytes of data is included. It's everything you need. We add the design for you, or you add the design yourself. We import all your articles and you're up and running. So it's a whole new way of thinking digital first publishing. Of course, we connect to print as well. We will show that in the end. But yeah, so we call this Beyond Headless. I don't know if that translation in the parentheses is proper Spanish, but at least it is what GPT gave us. But what we mean by that is, you know, the system has all what you would expect from a headless system. Means access to APIs. You can do your native apps. You can pull and write data from the system. But you don't have to, because the rendering engines is also included. So we have the headless and we have the head, and you can just use it throughout the system. That makes it faster to develop on. So the development time for your in-house developers developing on Labrador, it will 3x. I mean, you will be 3 times more efficient by using this approach. So, but we understand it's quite modern. So not all developers, especially front-end developers, you know, it's very fun to build front-end and they like it. But now you don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. All right, let's show some more videos. Or, well, yeah, so right now we're running at 3 billion page views a month in the system. That's the total of all our customers. We have around 4,000 journalists on the system, and yeah, they publish around 30,000 articles. It's around 100 customers with 300 plus sites.
Now we can show videos. So the last video was sort of how you can do this quickly and easily. This one's a bit more advanced. If you have something that you want to sort of stand out a bit more, if you have cool photos, for example, which we do in this Bentley article, then I can first generate all of the boring stuff, SEO texts, social media titles, tags, everything that everyone can generate these days. And then you can take the images and drag them where you want them to be to sort of make your article look the way you want it to. So then you can, yeah, here I'm messing around with the previews, but here we are. Just drag and drop everything, really easy to make your article look good. You can also remove article images and stuff like that. Move it around. And the point here is to let the journalist be creative, to let the journalists make the article look the way they imagined it when they started writing, and not be limited too much about how your CMS works or where your developers think that you should place images. You can just place it where you want it to be. Or you can make a slideshow really easy, really quickly by just clicking images and dragging the slideshow into the article. Or if you want even more fancy, you can just remove your main image and pull on what we call a grid, which is a pretty new feature for us, where you can place a bunch of images in this mosaic almost choose how you want it to look, take your images, drag them directly in to make this look the way that you sort of imagine it to do. And yeah, as Jan mentioned, we made this presentation late last night, so I made an error that you'll see me fix right about now with having these gradients on the images. But yeah, the point of Labrador is to let the system let you be creative and to make cool articles that looks good, that people want to read because the readers are who we're there for in the end. So then I'll just take a text box here and add the title to the middle image so that everything will look the way that I wanted it to. Yeah, and then I'll hide the original title here as well. Like that. Then the article's done, can be published, will look exactly the same as it did in the edit mode once the article is actually published.
One cool thing about this editor is that all the images are in full resolution. So it's the original image that you're actually working on. Well, actually, technically it's a slightly lower version, but we have the full resolution in the back, so you can zoom and crop and do all that without losing any crispness of the image. And of course, that means you can send the full rest to print as well. So we don't need any DAM other than Labrador, but you can, of course, connect your external DAM or your news wires and illustration images. Actually, Pixabay is included in all the installations. Yeah, so this is why you probably never heard of us so much before, because we're growing fast. So we have been kind of a stealth mode for years, but only the recent years we kind of grew significantly bigger. So last year we took on 52 sites, and this year we will double that. So we'll continue that growth. Hopefully we will have the first customer in Spain next year. So well, some of the types of media groups we're working with is Aller and Egmont. You know, Aller is more of a magazine media group, but they also do national news. They are going all in on Labrador in 4 countries. And also we have Egmont in 3 countries, I think. Yeah, 3 or 4 countries. They also are going all in on Labrador on their magazine titles. Also, national TV2 is using Labrador for their all their operations. Yes, so let's talk a bit more about AI. We already showed you AI, but you might not notice that the graph was generated by AI by reading the text and extracting numbers from the article and choosing what graph to place there. I think you also generated some image text. Of course, we have the titles. It's funny to see that we have the same statistics that the presentations before in terms of use. It's actually the boring stuff that are used the most. It's the tags and the SEO, and it's not, you know, the fancy stuff that we show up here that are used the most. But I think that's also because the system is much better than journalists. We are both journalists, by the way. It's much better than journalists to tag consistently or SEO optimize an article. It's just better. And journalists still like to write their own titles, even though the button might do it better. So yeah, translations is in place as well. Yes. So this is one example. Surprisingly enough, all the Spanish titles had written about our princes of Norway and their marriage. So it was easy to find some example, but this is an imagining example of how we can have what we call synthetic prompting that tweaks a medium-sized or long prompt to fit your brand better. And this is the sample output of how two different titles, I guess. Maybe Marcha and El Mundo is in here as well, but yeah. So it tweaks for El Mundo. It tweaks, the title to be a bit more about the monarchy, and for the coaches, it's about the cars. So yeah, that's how it works. So we help the customer generate the prompts because it's getting difficult, but not only that, it's getting so many prompts inside the system. So even though if you allow editing of the prompts, it requires a lot of knowledge and time to get it right, even if it's just a tweak.
Yeah, so the point is that we don't want, with 300 sites, they can't sound similar, all of them. So we will let you customize your prompt to fit your brand better than our standard prompts. Or you can just use our standards if you want to as well, of course, but you can adapt it.
All right, let's show some more.
Yeah, so this is a front page. Or a home page, or start page, or call it whatever you like. It is also done really, really simply. You can just take the article from the article list on the side, drag it onto the front page, adjust sizes to make it look nice, remove the subtitle if you want to, add a kicker, or if I want to take the layout from the article beneath it, I can just copy the layout from another article. Add the label to the article, adjust the image if I want to, if I think maybe it should be a bit larger, I don't know. So the point is, yeah, you can make it different on mobile if you want to as well, so that things look nice on small screens as well. You, as everyone else in the world, probably has an increasing amount of mobile traffic, so just this flexibility to make the front page look exactly as you imagine it to is really, really nice to have and easy to work with. So this is just image playing. I'm just playing around with these images, but you get the point. You can make pretty much whatever layout you want to really easily, really quickly, and your front page editors will love it. Trust me, I used to be one. So now I just published this front page. There, the button flashed. And here is the published version of the same page. Looks the same. And then you come into the pretty Bentley article that we made earlier. So really, really nice, really easy to work with. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I think we can just go to the next one. So yeah. This was front page in manual mode. Now we're running in automatic, Brage.
Yeah. So the automatic front page editing works the same way as the manual one. You can just copy layouts from other articles and add these placeholders, and then publish your front page directly, and then it will automatically populate the placeholders that we just added with the latest published articles, as long as the latest published article isn't already placed on the front page, so that things won't get double if you have a mix of manual and automatic, as I have on this front page.
So, Brage, what's the most common question we get when we show this?
Can we turn this off? It's the most common question we get. Is people, especially developers, who are worried that their newsroom and their front page editors will make something ugly. So the answer to that is yes, you can, but why would you? It's more fun to have it.
Yeah, so we have lots of functions in place to make sure that they get, the right look and feel on their site. You have a possibility to store styles of plugs, rows, etc. You can copy styles across. You can lock down rows. You can do rights management. You can have only one guy controlling the layout if that's what you want. But surprisingly enough, those functions aren't used neither. So most customers runs fully open, everything. You can do everything like you can in Photoshop or PowerPoint for that matter. They just end up with a very consistent layout anyway, because there are people involved and they talk to each other and they say, well, this doesn't look good, this looks better, and they kind of make their design anyway. But you can do it the way you want, forcefully or smoothly.
Yeah, and they also can see what they're doing, which helps, because most of the journalists will as well see if something looks bad, and then they'll just change it and do it the way that looks good instead.
Okay.
Not all of them, but most of them.
Good. One more?
One more. Translations. We have, we're using AI to be able to translate articles from one language to another. Doesn't matter which language it is on originally, but we have now 140-ish languages that you can translate to. So then you will just choose what we call a prototype, which is some layout options and some sections and some stuff. Choose the language you want to translate the article to, which is Catalan in this example. And then we will make a copy of the Spanish article, translate everything, tags, fact boxes, captions, body text, titles, anything, and make a new version in another language, which is, of course, made by AI. So we advise you to double check that everything is correct. But now this translation is finished. And then you can just click go to article, and you will come into the new version in a new language. So this makes it really easy to, for example, launch a new site in a new country if you want to reuse content from your main Spanish sites in, I don't know, the English or whatever language you want to. You can skip the work of actually translating all these articles.
Actually, we see a lot of customers inventing new business models using this function. We have a lot of customers that are in a B2B market, for instance, but expert, maybe the best in their niche. They quickly see, well, this means we can translate our content to our neighbor countries or something. So it's all already innovating their business model, this one function. And I don't know if you saw that, but it says this can take up to 2 minutes in the interface there, and it took actually 2 minutes in the first version, but now the models are so much faster because it's a huge, well, actually it's around 20 requests to the models to do that translation, because all the fields, all the metadata, all the image text, alt text, tags, etc. are translated. Does it look like Catalan to you? Anyone speak Catalan here? Yeah, good. Luckily.
And then, as ProTech, we will also end on print, because this is sort of just a plugin that exists for InDesign that allows InDesign to access Labrador articles directly. So then you can just search directly in our archive or in your web archive, and then drag and drop texts and images and stuff like that from your website directly into InDesign to make pages smoothly and quickly. And here you have all the standard InDesign functionality, because this is InDesign. So you'll just drag in a template, drag in a text, drag in an image, and then you're done. You don't really need to adjust anything else. You can, of course, if you want to make something look completely different. But the easiest way of doing this, if you're just making, say, 40 pages a day or something like that, is to use this InDesign plugin. It's cheap, it's easy. It allows you to make your article or make your newspaper really, really quickly and smoothly, without having to spend tons of money on a fancy print automation system.
Well, I'm working with a digital first translation for, I mean, how many years? 20. And I'm surprised how many newspapers still are writing print first. You wouldn't believe it, or maybe you do, but there's still lots of print first, and that's why we built this integration, and we also have integration with several other print automation systems, so that you can easily train all your employees to write digital first, even those who are only working for print can now write in Labrador, the web CMS, and send the article to print and paywall, or just print and not web, but you can still use the web CMS to do that. And you can also, of course, use AI to make that story fit as well. So, yeah. I don't know. How are we on time? Do we have time for questions?
We're at 26 minutes. We have 4 minutes.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes for questions. Any brave souls that dare to have a questions?
If not, we're here all day and tomorrow. So if you want a more in-depth demo, just let us know. And we don't have any plans for tomorrow.
And use the QR to contact us, because we don't know you. Thank you very much.